August 14th, 1773, from London. Conjectures concerning the Gold Coin Act, with some advice to the people. The losses, troubles, and perplexities
occasioned by the late Gold Coin Act
could not but be foreseen by the minister, because they are only such consequences as must necessarily flow from it, and therefore we may be assured he did foresee them.
We shall draw a few conjectures, therefore, from the manner of passing this act, and
from the circumstances of the time at which it was passed. The minister, just before the rising of Parliament, and when there were scarcely members sufficient to make a house, brings in this bill, and hurries it through both houses in a very few days, so that the public had little or no notice of the contents thereof. Whenever a minister shall act in this manner, it's a certain proof he hath some secret purpose to serve, which he does not choose that the people should be apprised of. It's next to be observed that at the time his lordship hurried this bill through both houses in such a precipitate way, the price of gold bullion was reduced from £4 3 shillings an ounce to £3 18 shillings, from whence it's not unreasonable to conjecture that his lordship's principal intention of getting this bill passed at such a juncture was to obligate the people to bring in their light money to the bank, and then to compel them to sell it at the low price which bullion was then at, and by which the treasury would have gold for new coinage at a cheap rate. This conjecture being drawn from the facts will appear very probable to all persons who will consider it. And therefore, as this act is a perpetual one, it is a kind of tax of 2 shillings in the pound upon particular persons, or rather, a sort of defrauding individuals of a 10th part of their money. It would be but prudent in them to frustrate, as far as they can, so base and iniquitous an attempt, and from which end we would recommend it to all such persons whose circumstances will allow it not to part with or carry their light money to the bank, but to keep it by them, as the price of gold bullion will probably rise again in a few months, so that they may get £4 and upwards for an ounce of it, which the bank will now give only £3 17 shillings and 10 pence halfpenny for, and that will make good interest for keeping their money.